Welcome back. All right, there's a video that I wanted to do yesterday, and then I ended up doing a bunch more cleanup stuff and other stuff, and then I was doing the power ranking stuff, so I didn't get around to it. But I want to talk about jerseys in my collection, and keeping in mind that there are a lot of subscribers who might be on the newer side of things rather than on the older side of things, and just get into some that I'm proud of that I have in my collection, and maybe some of the grail jerseys I have in my collection, this kind of thing, using the three racks behind me and the one rack that's behind the computer. What I'm wearing is a geeky jersey that has Senators on the front. Of course, that's Palpatine, his logo and all that, and a Rammstein hat, which I made. Well, the hat was bought from Lids. It was a blank black hat with a red brim, and I ordered the Rammstein patch online through eBay, and then Yvonne attached, and they work. It works very well. That was the thought we had the whole time, and it worked out pretty well. And I have another Rammstein logo, which I'm going to put on a different hat, and then I'll have a couple of Rammstein hats, which makes sense since that's my favorite band. I actually went 2 years where all I listened to was Rammstein. I didn't listen to anything else, just them. And after the 2 years, I started listening to other music. It lasted like 3 or 4 days, and I'm like, okay, back over to them. So I've seen them twice live, once in Edmonton in 2011, and once in Vancouver in 2012. I have tickets to see them next year in LA for both concerts they're going to have in Los Angeles. One on one side of the arena and one on the other side of the stadium. One on one side of the stadium and one on the other side of the stadium, so that we get to feel the whole show from one side and then from the other. And we'll do videos for that to throw onto the Entertainment Guy channel, which is why I have the jerseys that are related to movies, TV shows, and stuff, so that on the Entertainment Guy, doing videos on that. All right. Let us get into the jerseys behind me. I want to start off with this Buffalo jersey, and I finally have a magnet I'm making too, which is that logo in those colors. And of course, with the reverse retro, they did this logo as well. This was never a secondary logo. It was only the primary on their third jersey. This is actually a medium. What I had up until not that long ago was an extra large that was sent to me by a subscriber, which I could wear in videos, but I couldn't wear it in public, because if it's an extra large, yeah, it's like a dress on me. So this one's a medium. I really like. Again, I got this off eBay. A lot of the jerseys I have, I end up getting off eBay through sellers. There's one I found this week, an Ottawa jersey I found that is actually one that I don't have. This summer, I plan to do a video on minor changes made to jerseys that we may not have noticed at the time, and it is one of those jerseys that'll fit right into that. But I always liked this jersey, so I'm glad I now have it in my size. And the trick with this one, of course, is to find one that the logo is not too bubbled up. With Cohos and starters, they do tend to bubble. I want to discuss the Cleveland Barons. So there's a reason for this. This I got, 6 months ago? I think it was 6 months ago I got this through Custom Throwback Jerseys. Now the word custom means that, yeah, they do work with kits. They do make their own. This is as close to what the Cleveland Barons wore on the ice as I've ever seen. I had one that was from 503 Sports. I get asked where I got this one. This one came through Custom Throwback Jerseys. It's a Dennis Maruk, because sure, the other one I got through eBay was actually an Al McAdam, but I found that the quality on this one is better, and I've got it in the collection. And so I guess the question I have, because I know there's some collectors that consider them fakes, right? Because if this wasn't actually made by CCM and it says CCM on it, then it's a fake, right? And by all standards, sure, but this jersey's never going to get made again. There's not going to be a point at which CCM says, hey, or that the Dallas Stars are going to say, hey, we should do a Cleveland throwback. That's just not going to happen. And I mean, Cleveland was only in the league for 2 years, but I find the logo's really high quality. I think that it's a good jersey. And so the question I have again is, so again, these are made in Canada. They're again, I think it's a good quality garment. Do we penalize it for the fact that it's likely made via kit? Or do we say, you know what? Yeah, that qualifies as a pretty darn good jersey because it will never be re-released. You're not going to see a Fanatics version on the NHL website of a Cleveland Barons. I just can't see it. And again, I love this jersey. I love this logo. And when I started watching hockey and I started collecting hockey cards, as soon as I saw Cleveland Barons, I was like, what is that? That's a great name. I love the logo. I love the colors. And yeah, it's this oddity. And it only lasted 2 years in the NHL. And then they were merged with the Minnesota North Stars. So unlike the Seal, well, no, I mean the Seals too, right? It's weird that Cleveland's the one that doesn't get any kind of jerseys created, because you saw Colorado Rockies, Kansas City Scouts, Oakland Seals, California Golden Seals, but not Cleveland. I don't know what Cleveland did, but they didn't sell tickets, I guess. But again, neither did Oakland. I don't know. I guess maybe someday, now that I have this, maybe someday they'll do an actual throwback via Adidas or Fanatics. We'll see. So this is a Seals. This is a legit vintage CCM. See, everything looks pretty darn close to the same. So this is the yellow Oakland Seals when they were using the A's colors. It's of course a blank. And I got this one through, is this the one I got through Ben, or is this the one I got online? So when the channel started up, CCM was still making classic throwback jerseys. Then they lost the contract. When Adidas took over, CCM was no longer granted the rights to make the vintage jerseys. So they don't make them anymore. So when you see them online, you're like, maybe. Pick it up. And I'm glad I picked up as many as I could while CCM was still selling them. Well, through retailers. Because I do like CCM jerseys a lot. When I started collecting, there were CCM jerseys I was collecting. And I do like Seals jerseys. The one they haven't produced is the one that was actually teal colored. So the actual Seals, that's a teal colored one that would tie in really nicely if we ever went to San Jose, if I had something like that. Yeah, they don't have that. So Seals. And again, I don't get to wear it in videos. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to talk about ones I don't get to wear in videos very often. And here we are. Anytime we do a live stream and we get into, does he have this jersey? Does he have this jersey? The Burger King is always mentioned. So this one here, subscriber sent this to me 3 years ago, 4 years ago. I think it was 4 years ago. And that was at a time where the channel was much, much smaller. And yeah, and it was new with tags. He wouldn't tell me where he got it. Just said, I didn't pay as much for it as you think I did, kind of thing. Since then, I've seen Jersey Baron carrying it. They don't have it now. I don't think Jersey Baron has it now, and they're a seller on eBay. But this one's tough to find. This was one of those grail jerseys where when I got it, immediately, okay, I'm going to go outside and get my picture taken wearing this jersey because it's awesome. And I did bring this when we went down to California. I believe I brought this when we went to California last January. January 2020, before everything went... but yeah, I love this jersey because it's that ugly. And the fact that Wayne Gretzky wore this... Whew, and if the trumpet jersey had been a thing, right? If they'd actually worn that, Mike Keenan hadn't said no, Gretzky might have worn this and the trumpet jersey. But the St. Louis Blues never actually wore that jersey, so it was never actually made by CCM. There are some nice ones, though, again, through eBay. You can find reproductions of the jersey that was never worn. And again, that's where you get into the conversation about the fakes and the reals. To me, the fakes is simple. It looks like an Adidas until you look closely. You get a clear picture, and you can tell that it's a knockoff. And they're selling it with a guy's name on the back for $70. It's a knockoff. To me, that's a different conversation than a jersey that was never made and selling that online. But again, be interesting to have that conversation in the comment section. But this is legit. So this is a rarity. This is a rarity that I had a jersey in this style that was a size medium, and this is a size large. So why would I have given the medium to my wife and kept the large? Actually, I think the one I gave her was a small. Because of who gifted this to me. So on the back, so yeah, if Mike's given me a jersey, then I keep it. And if it doesn't fit me, I don't care, I keep it. So this one's big. Be big on him too, though. That's the funny part, is that a large jersey would be big on him too. He's taller than me, but not by much. And you know, build is not entirely different between the two of us either. So yeah, I'm sure this would have been big on him too. But when I met up with him, He gave me a whole bucket of jerseys kind of thing. Here he went through his area where, because when he tours, he gets jerseys from cities he goes to because they'll know he's a hockey fan. And so he's like, so I'm gonna go through these, and all right, do you want this? Do you want this? And a lot of cases, I was like, yeah, I'll take the sure, yep, But again, it's a fun jersey. I always liked this Minnesota design. It grew on me over time. Like word marks, I'm kind of on the fence with, but this one I think works. But yeah, it's an interesting story too. This is one I got not too long ago as well. This is a Montreal. This is a sweater. This is an actual sweater. It's a Roger Edwards Reebok by Roger Edwards sweater. And it's a little bit itchy, but it's 100% acrylic. It is, as I said, a sweater. Now, what's interesting with this is I got this through Van City Sports. This is your Montreal Canadiens barber pole. The weird thing is I got it, and I said, okay, because I can never find this jersey, so I'll take the sweater. Immediately after I bought this, they then had the jersey, and it took everything in my power not to buy the jersey right after I had bought the sweater the week before. I was like, no, you do not need both the jersey and the sweater. You have the sweater. You do not need the jersey and the sweater. So this I'm happy with, because you almost never see this one available. And when you find the barber pole, it's expensive. And you can see why it's called the barber pole jersey. But I remember when they wore these on the ice, and I thought, man, there's people who are going to have a seizure watching this, because that's a lot of color to be thrown at them. And it was not a fun game to watch, just from a perspective of who's got the puck. Holy crow! Anyways, so it's hideous and it's ugly and it's mine, and I'm happy about it. All right, Nashville fans, there's a twofer here, because these are both what I consider grail jerseys. Now, for people who aren't in the know about grail, that means it is the holy grail of jerseys. It's the one you are seeking more than anything else, or one of the ones you're seeking more than anything else. This one I just got very, very recently. I got this one on eBay, and I'm very happy about it. It's got you can see the checkerboard here. Now, I had one, and it was a fake, and it broke my heart. So the fact this is not a fake means my faith is restored, and collectors everywhere, because again, this came through eBay. I got it cheaper than I thought I'd be able to get one for, and I did a happy dance when I bought it. I also did a happy dance when I bought this. So this, of course, is the mustard jersey. Now, we've seen a lot of ugliness coming back into jerseys. How long is it before Meth Cat here is back on the front of a jersey, along with this Nashville word mark? It is hard to find this jersey with that word mark on it. This is felt. This comes off very, very easily. So I've seen some where you just have the N left over. You might just have the E left over. Having the whole word Nashville in there, very, very rare. I will not wear this outside the house. I will only wear it for videos, and that's it. Because I know I cannot replace it, especially in the condition with Nashville. There's a stain on it as well that we can't get out, and a pull or two, but it's a Reebok, so you have to get pulls. The other thing weird with, or Coho, so you're going to get pulls. The other thing weird with this, not just the fabric over top of the fabric, like there's blue behind the yellow, but the neckline. The boxy neckline. Yeah, that's bizarre. But yeah, I'm so happy I have this. It is just, somebody somewhere said, maybe the logo would look better from the front than from the side. And then they showed this, and nobody at the meeting went, oh dear God, no, what have we done? And so, there you go. It's released. I see questions online here and there in some of the jersey groups I belong to about whether or not Sports K is legit. Sports K jerseys, absolutely legit. Ships out of the U.S. Pretty sure it's just the one guy running it, too. So, much like Ben H Sports, I think it's just the one guy for Sports K jerseys. But either way, I've never had a problem with them. The funny thing with this is my Chico Resch, or Glenn Resch jersey. This took 7 months to get here. So I ordered this just before the world came to an end. And so the U.S. Postal Service became a mess because everybody was ordering everything online. This ended up in a warehouse in Illinois for months. And they actually said, we can't find it. It's gone when he checked into it. Because I tried checking into it and they said, no, you're not the seller. We can't tell you where it is. When he checked, they said, yeah, it's just gone. It's not here. And then months and months later, it showed up. I haven't had that problem with them in any of the other purchases I've had before or since, and I'm very glad that I have a Resch jersey. I've actually found myself collecting a lot of jerseys with goalies' names on the back, and I think it's because those, age better. than ones with defensemen or forwards, because when a goalie leaves, you're still going to find people going, man, I always liked him. And of course, with Resch, how can you go wrong? A guy who sat behind very, very poor teams playing goal and never complained about it. And they were legitimately some of the worst. And of course, this is the, it may look black on camera, but it is green. And yeah, it's green stripes on there. So I'm very glad I have this. And again, at some point when I'm doing the jersey video on minor differences, I'll compare this with the Adidas version. Yes, I have both the blue and the white Kansas City Scouts jerseys. This one I got through, I don't think it was Cool Hockey. I think it was Sir Ice Jerseys, which is now Sports Buff Pro. So they've been rebranded. But this was when, again, you could get all the CCM jerseys. This one was sitting around. Nobody was buying it. There was a store at Metropolis Mall that they were selling it at as well. And or Metrotown Mall that they were selling it at as well. Metropolis is East Coast. That's where Superman lives, and I try to stay away from him, jerk. But yeah, Kansas City. And the funny thing is, it is not a great logo. The colors, the stripes, none of it looks great. And yet I'm really glad I have it, because again, once the vintage CCMs were gone, they're just gone. They're not going to get restocked. So while everybody's panicky about the reverse retros and the fact those weren't getting restocked, I had that panic years ago when I realized once those CCMs are out of that shop, they can't reorder more. It can't be done. And I want to talk about this one, and then we'll close this up for today, and I'll revisit it again upcoming weeks. Just sort of looking through jerseys in the collection just for little stories. So this jersey, Reebok XL. It's an XL. Doesn't have the size tag on the front because it's a Winter Classic. So again, when you're looking at the Winter Classics and the stadium, when you're buying them online, always look at the status of these. I got this one on eBay. I think it was through Retro 2 Heritage. Now I love this jersey, but when I wear it, the bottom of this jersey legit goes to my knees. So it is like I'm wearing a dress. And extra large is the only size I seem to be able to find. Sometimes I find a double extra large, so I had to pull the trigger, because again, with the Reeboks, once Adidas took over, well, it's not like they're going to reproduce these either. So they're increasingly difficult to find. I do keep my eyes open. What I like with this is the chain stitching on the lettering. Always like that, and the felt is really, really nice. So it's a very nice jersey, Winter Classic, January 2nd, 2012. I just wish it was in my size. So I can wear this in a video. Can't wear it in public. Can't. Just can't. The arms go well off my hands. So yeah, I look like I'm 10 and I'm wearing Dad's jersey. And it's a great sadness to me. But there you go. So just some jerseys from the collection. Again, just kind of a fun thing to look at for today. And I'll go through others later. And no, I didn't include the Fisherman because I'll save that for another day. But there you go. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. And here's the question. What is your Grail jersey? Now, for me right now, it's the Tampa Bay Lightning Storm jersey, which somebody in Victoria was selling and decided I couldn't have it. Wouldn't ship it, even if I was paying for the shipping. Wouldn't accept e-transfers either, had to be cash. And so despite the fact that he only wanted $100 for the Tampa Bay Lightning Storm jersey, right, and it was my size, I wasn't allowed to have it. So no bitterness or anger here. But yeah, that's the Grail jersey at this stage. Although the Ducks Stadium jersey from 2014 to match the Kings one would be nice too. But again, I'm quite happy with the collection as it is, and the number of jerseys that have been incoming has dropped tremendously from what it was, say, 4 years ago. 4 years ago, it was not unusual for me to be getting 8-10 jerseys in a month. And again, I was using eBay a lot. I was getting a lot of used jerseys, a lot of secondhand jerseys, where if you don't tell somebody it's used, they're not going to know the difference. Some of them look pretty much brand new. So you just keep your eyes open on eBay. You make sure that you're looking at the newest listings, and you just keep your eyes open. You're like, I want this jersey. And you just, for me, every day I was looking for certain jerseys. And eventually, you might find them. All right, thank you guys so much for all your support. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through, just tapping upon this video. Thank you guys so much for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.